Hi everyone, welcome to yet another video, and in this one we are going to discuss 10 ways of getting clients as a freelancer. Before I get started with this video, if you don't know me already, I am Jyotishri. I am a freelance content writer and a social media manager, and if you want to learn more about freelancing, content writing, social media or earning money online, consider subscribing to this channel. Now without any further delay, let's get started. Now it's been 1.5 years that I'm freelancing, and I know a few things about this industry and how things work and how things don't. With that, I also know a few ways to find clients, which is what I'm going to share with you in this video. Now the very first thing that I vouch for is using Facebook groups. A lot of people do not suggest Facebook groups because they say that they do not get good leads or good clients on Facebook groups. Now, one thing about this video is I have mentioned 10 different ways and not all of them will work for you. If you try all of them, you'll find that some of these will really work great for you, while some will bring mediocre results. So you need to experiment and find out which works for best and stick to that. So coming back to Facebook groups, this is what I started my freelance journey with, and I've got clients through Facebook groups with whom I still work. So it has worked that well for me. When I started as a freelance writer, I remember that I had joined Facebook groups, and over there I used to look at these posts that people were posting where they were looking for freelance writers, and I used to reach out to them, tell them that I'm available for work. One more thing I did is I used to post in these groups that I am a freelance writer who's looking for work. If there's any work available, people can reach out to me and let me know. If you are going to use Facebook groups, here are a few things you should know. Now, on these groups, do not just post that you are a freelance writer, you are a graphic designer and you are looking for clients. That might obviously work, but a better way to go about it is you share some valuable things that you know about your industry in this group. Let's say I am a freelance content writer. Maybe I'll talk about some myths related to freelance content writing. Maybe I'll talk about some mistakes that I've seen people make, or some mistakes that I have made and learned from. I'll post something like this on these groups so that people know about my experience, my expertise, and if they are considering someone, they will obviously consider me if they like what I have posted. So I think that's a better way to go about it than just posting that I'm a freelance writer, I'm looking for work. The next thing is, if you are reaching out to someone, always include a personalized message, which means do not just copy and paste the same message to everyone. Let's say somebody posted that I am looking for a graphic designer, and if you are a graphic designer, reach out to me. What you can do is go on to that person's profile and check it out and see what that person, if you are able to see, because many times the Facebook profiles are locked, so you might not get any information. But if you can get any information, try to include that in your message. Also try to humanize the message. Let's say you are reaching out to someone, always say hi, how are you, and start the conversation with that. Include a few lines about you, and always mention that how would they benefit from working with you, not how will you benefit from working with them. So that's a wrong approach. If you are telling them that I'm a fresher and if I get to work with you, I'll learn a lot, why would they be interested in you being a fresher and you learning a lot? They'll want to know that how will they benefit. So maybe you can tweak it with something like, I will not charge as much as an experienced or an expert, but I will give my 100% to it, and I'll make sure I'll take your feedback and work on them, and I'll make sure that I provide work that can satisfy you. Anything like that. So you need to make personalize it like that. Do not send generic messages to everyone, because then you will not get response and you will not get clients. Be very careful about choosing clients. I know a lot of people who do not get clients, and out of frustration they accept work from anyone and everyone without even checking whether that person is real or fake. Either take advance payments, if not possible always try to go for daily or weekly payments initially. Once you have built trust, you can make it monthly or whatever you want, but do not work for free for an entire month and then not get paid for it. Do not do those mistakes which a lot of people do on Facebook groups. If you are aware of these things, Facebook groups can really work well for you. The second thing that I'd like to talk about is cold emailing or cold messaging people. If you already have an idea of who you want to work with, maybe you have some dream brands that you want to work with, or you've come across some people and you really want to work with them, you can consider cold emailing or cold DMing them. Now the thing about these methods is, again, you need to personalize each email and you cannot send the same email to each and every one. So if you are going to try this out, keep the following in mind. Number one, before you send any cold email or cold message to someone, do your research very well. Research and find out whether that person or that brand even needs your services. Try to customize your email or your message in a way that makes them feel that you genuinely care for their business and what you are trying to provide is of value for them. Another thing is, don't write long emails. Nobody has the time to read long stuff anymore. So make sure the email is crisp. Add 1 or 2 lines about you, or whether you have some achievements, if you've brought any results to your clients, mention that, but be very short with all these things. The next thing I'd like to talk about is approach agencies. There are a lot of agencies out there. It can be content marketing agencies, it can be social media marketing agencies, it can be digital marketing agencies, and they all need different kinds of services, different kind of service providers who can take care of the client work. And most of these agencies get a lot of work, so they need a lot of people to take care of that. Try to find some maybe on Google or LinkedIn and try to reach out to them and tell them what you do and how your services or how them adding you to their team can help them. So in this way, reach out to agencies and see if it works out. Another thing you can do is ask the industry leaders. I'm a freelance content writer, and let's say I was starting out my writing business now. If I knew all these things, I would really start by pitching an industry leader, a freelance writer who is somewhat established in the industry, and I'd offer to work with that person, because working with writers can give you a lot of exposure. The writer will teach you a lot of things. So before you start working with clients, you'll get to know a lot of things, which is a great way to start your freelancing career. If you are planning to start out, or if you have started out, you can try to find some industry leaders and ask them if they need any subcontractors. The next thing you can do is use LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, basically social media platforms. So if you use the search bar on LinkedIn or Twitter, you'll find a lot of gigs, a lot of posts where people are looking for freelancers in different fields. If you are a freelance writer and if you go on Twitter and search for terms like call for pitches or hiring writers, you will come across a lot of posts where people have mentioned that they need writers in this industry or in that industry, or general writers, and you can apply to those. Similarly, you can do the same thing on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, there's a job section, so you can go on the job section and try to find freelance jobs. And if not, you can even go on the search bar, and let's say you are a graphic designer, you can type hiring graphic designers. You'll come across a lot of posts where people are hiring graphic designers, so you can apply to those. The next thing you can do is ask for referrals. If you have worked with a few clients, or if you are currently working with a few clients, you can reach out to them and ask for referrals. You can let them know that you are looking for some extra work or you have time for some extra work, and you'd be very happy if they can refer you to someone who might benefit from your services. And you can even offer 10% or 20% discounts on this. The next thing is find local businesses and offer your services to them. There are a lot of businesses out there who do not understand the importance of social media or content, and they are a brick and mortar business who do not use the power of social media. If you are aware of any such local business and if you think they can benefit from coming to social media and having a social media presence, let them know, discuss it with them, and then offer your services to help them. So if you are a social media manager and if you have a local cafe that you think is doing really good, and maybe having a social media presence can amplify their reach and more people will come to their cafe if they create an online presence, then let them know and offer your services and it might work out. The next thing you can do is spread the news about what you are doing. Tell your friends, your family, post it on your social media, let everyone know that what you are doing, what you are available for. A lot of people, are shy about this and they don't want to do this. I don't know what goes in their mind. Maybe they think what people will think, what people will say, how people will react and all that stuff. But if you are, trying to get some work, then you should get the news out there of what you are doing and what you are providing. Trust me, you might get a lot of help from your family, your friends. The next one is build your personal brand. When you build your personal brand, it becomes a channel of getting inbound leads. I have experienced it myself. When you start building a strong personal brand, people who are looking for maybe content writers, if they discover your personal brand and like what you are doing, how you have created your profile, what are the kind of content you are sharing, if they like that, if they think that this is quite promising, they will be interested in working with you and they will reach out to you. And trust me, having a personal brand can open doors to a lot of opportunities, not just getting clients. So if you have not started building a personal brand, please do it. It will change your life. And the last thing is network with people. Now, when you are building a personal brand, you will connect with a lot of people. You have created a LinkedIn profile, people will reach out to you and you will reach out to them. You'll have, conversations with people. But what you need to do is create meaningful connections, network with people the right way, so that when, let's say, you have some extra work and you know that you have a good connection, a good freelance writer who is maybe in your connection list, or a good freelance copywriter whom you might want to pass on that project to them. So that way, the same thing can happen with you. And that's how powerful networking is. If you network with people the right way, you might be able to get a lot of clients through word of mouth, or through their referrals, if they think that you can do good work, or if they have seen your work, they might vouch for it and they might get you some great leads. So these were all the 10 ways to find clients as freelancers. If this video was useful to you, consider liking it and let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have still not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.